Lot of corny, man. A lot of corny rappers, man. I'm just like, yo, man. I could name a list of 100 corny rappers, yo, right now. Mad from New York. They ain't supposed to be rapping. I mean, who really like these? Who really like these? Tell me, I want to know somebody.
Then I met the devil in God's country. You know, and it's not so much who, it's what, you know, what happens.
The Hip Hop Task Force was created to watch Sean Puffy Combs, P. Diddy, to watch the artists that was connected with P. Diddy.
3 conversations with the devil. Why with the devil?
Well, to make a fair decision, I think you have to be aware of both sides. And I was approached, so of course I had a conversation. It doesn't mean I rode with him or believed him. I just was able to recognize him by what he said to me and what he offered me. Say, oh.
Y'all, something strange is going on in hip-hop, like bone-chilling strange. If you were around when hip-hop was raw, when rappers told the truth, not just dropped viral clips for clicks, then you already know something feels off. Really off. See, it's not just nostalgia talking, it's the fact that some of the most earth-shattering, truth-bomb-dropping interviews from legends like DMX and Prodigy just straight up vanished. We're talking entire YouTube clips. Gone. Recordings? Erased. Full-on interviews? Scrubbed off the face of the internet like they never existed. And why? Because the minute these icons started calling out the puppet masters behind the curtain, naming names like Diddy and Jay-Z, suddenly, poof, silenced. DMX and Prodigy weren't just spilling tea, they were warning us. They tried to shine a light on the twisted mess behind the industry's glamour, and let's just say the powers that be didn't like that one bit.
That was formed like in the 1700s, something like that, 1600s. This dude named Adam Weishaupt. He started this group of people, like powerful, rich people that basically shape popular opinion and the way, you know, the world is gonna move forward.
And just like so many before them, their truth got buried. It's not even subtle. These interviews didn't fade into obscurity, they were ripped from existence. DMX? He was talking about this evil industry years ago. Said there's a system designed to keep artists under control. He wasn't whispering either. He was yelling it from the mountaintop. And guess whose names kept coming up? Jay-Z and Diddy. Now Prodigy? He took it even deeper. He straight up said there are powerful people beyond the music biz who pull the strings across entertainment, government, and society. And for saying that, clips gone, interviews lost, memory hold.
Sometimes people say, you're a conspiracy theorist, you watch too many movies or something like that, you know? But a lot of stuff I was learning was very real.
Let's start with DMX, the warrior, the prophet. In 2007, he dropped Jaws on HBO's Death Poetry Jam with his piece, The Industry. Baby, he didn't hold back one bit. He ripped the curtain clean off, exposing how the business really works. The lies, the pressure, the silent deals that force artists to sell out or disappear.
The industry, man, it's not the same. Doesn't have to do with talent, it's about playing the game. The industry, real is dying to get in. The industry, just to find they don't fit in. The industry ain't what it used to be. The industry's trying to control the way you MC. They want you to dress like this and talk like that. But I'm going dress like this and talk with the bat. The industry, got your word meaning nothing. The industry, what you heard because he's bluffing. The industry, money, hate, but I dare you to try to take a thing off my plate if you ain't got a strong mind. The industry will break you down, it's a matter of time. The industry, vultures with nothing to feast on. See me, I'm getting my beast on. The industry, stay in the dirt, play in the dirt, test the wrong one in the industry and you will get hurt. I'm not an industry artist. I'm an artist in the industry. Industry, wanted, dead or alive, new artists to sell their souls in the way they survive. The industry don't give a about you, but the industry couldn't make a dime without.
But DMX wasn't just talking about contracts, nah. This man believed he was in a full-on spiritual war. He felt it, lived it, preached it. He said there were real dark forces at work in music, manipulating everything from behind the scenes.
Whenever I went through something, it brought me closer to God. And I stayed into something. So now I'm closer to God. But being closer is hard. The attacks get stronger. become much harder to fight and they last longer. That's what it's always been. Joy with the pain, dark with the light, sun with the rain. With the right perspective, there can be something to gain. Look for the good and the bad. Not the sun when it rains.
And it didn't stop there. DMX publicly claimed he'd encountered the devil. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. Yes, y'all, on the Dr. Phil show in 2013, he said it to millions, that to understand the world, you've got to face both sides, the good and the pure and the evil that lurks behind closed doors. And guess what? He said folks in the industry were tied to that darkness doing its bidding.
You've had a song on every album, A Conversation with God.
Yes.
You've had...
And a prayer.
And a prayer, and I think you've had...
3 conversations with the devil.
3 conversations with the devil. Why with the devil?
Well, to make a fair decision, I think you have to be aware of both sides. And I was approached, so of course I had a conversation. It doesn't mean I rode with him or believed him. I just was able to recognize him by what he said to me and what he offered me. Say, oh, now I know you are. That's why I stopped talking to him. I put out 7 albums, but he's only on 3.
And this wasn't just TV drama. Back in 2009, during a jailhouse interview in Arizona, DMX shared he met the devil in God's country. He didn't name names. He didn't need to. His eyes said it all. Whatever happened shook him to his core. He swore he'd never go back.
Let me know. I first came to Arizona, man, and I remember one day coming from the studio at 6 o'clock in the morning and pulling over on the highway. We like 4 cars, you know, just to watch the sunrise. And it was at that point that I fell in love with Arizona. I said, you know what, this has to be God's country. You know, because I'd never seen anything as beautiful as that sunrise. Then I met the devil in God's country. You know, and it's not so much who, it's what, you know, what happens and the things that the devil does. It's not so much a person, even though he acts through people. You know, you can't call one person the devil.
Joe Arpaio?
You know, you can't call any one person the devil. You can't do that because no one person has enough power to be the devil. You know, and you know, it's through all these hardships that I realized that, you know what, this is God's country because I met the devil here. Because if I hadn't met the devil here, I wouldn't realize I was strong enough to overcome the obstacles that the devil would place in my path. And it's by overcoming these obstacles that I realized that this is God's country. Because he helped me get over these obstacles. He helped me get over these hurdles.
Okay, so but when you're done here, when you're out of here,
I'm not looking back.
you're not coming back?
No, I'm not coming back. I'm not coming back for a show. I'm not coming back for a visit. I'm not even driving through the states. If I'm in a plane and they're gonna fly over it, I'm gonna go around.
Hospital bed. Where are the nurses, the monitors, the oxygen? His family thought the same thing and sued Spring Valley Medical Center in Las Vegas for negligence. They said his IV wasn't handled right, that the staff ignored doctors' orders, that his oxygen levels weren't watched. Fans lost, but no one has ever explained how it's even physically possible to just choke and die on a damn egg under hospital supervision. And you know what? Fans didn't believe it either, not for 1 second, because Prodigy, he was getting too close. He was saying too much. And the people he called out, Jay-Z, Diddy, the elite, they had every reason to silence him. DMX and Prodigy both told us time and time again, and they paid a price. DMX warned us about spiritual war, about people trying to buy his soul, about deals with devils and devils in disguise. He called out Jay-Z and Diddy long before it was trending. He stood alone and he suffered. Prodigy dug even deeper. He told us it was all connected. Music, media, money, politics, power. He refused to be a pawn. He called out the Illuminati. He wrote the playbook. And then he choked on an egg. Just like that. So now the question is, were they silenced? Did these legends, these truth tellers, get erased because they exposed something too big to contain? Or are we just connecting dots that don't exist? Nah. You know better. You feel it. Because this ain't just hip-hop history, it's reality. The ugly truth they try to hide. So the next time someone calls it a conspiracy, ask them, why did the footage disappear? Why did the letters vanish? Why did the boiled egg become the final chapter? They want us to forget, but we remember. R.I.P. DMX. R.I.P. Prodigy, the real ones. They told us the truth before it was cool, and maybe before it was safe. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Were they just rebellious artists with wild theories? Or did they die because they got too close to the truth? And baby, if you think this story was wild, you haven't seen nothing yet. Check out the next video.